Hey everybody, my name is Joshua and I am the CEO of SEO Design Lab. And today, guys, I want to introduce to you a new product we're actually introducing to the company. And we're going to have it on our website very, very shortly. And essentially, it's a way for you guys to have agents we're going to install and put on virtual computers for you. And with these agents, we're going to set it up where it actually has the ability to go into, for example, your website, like what we have here. I'm going to show you in this demo. And you'll be able to change anything on this website. For example, your H1 heading right here. You can change these icons where they actually maybe look a little bit smaller, or maybe we pull another one down so that way it's three on the top, two at the bottom. Same thing here. Right before I actually started recording this demo, these were all SVG icons where the images are. And so using our agents through Telegram on the side here, you're going to be able to access your virtual computer. And with these agents, again, that are actually connected to your company, inside your website, inside your Google Analytics, your Search Console, your Facebook ad platform, your Google Ads. Basically, you can pull all that data and you can start asking right here on the Telegram what's going on inside your business. And based off of what you're getting back, you're saving so much money doing this, right? You don't have to go ask somebody to go do this for this report. You don't have to wait days and weeks to actually get this information. You can do it right here. So let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. So I have this part right here, Wesley Chapel Trust ear to ear. And I don't like these SVG icons. I actually want to make this website a little bit more lively. And it's kind of what I've been working on in this demo. See, this landing page is supposed to be uh, used for Facebook ads coming up, actually. And so one of the things I want to kind of do is just get it prepped and ready. But it's 2026, right? And so we really don't want to do this by hand, especially when we have a lot of other customers and things like that. The best thing about this agent system we're planning to actually release is this is great for business owners, the agencies, the entrepreneurs, because what this will do will empower you on a magnitude that's just not possible. Most people think that what you can get away with AI these days is like through ChatGPT, where you use it to respond to emails, maybe do dinner reservations for you automatically, but it goes so much further. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach one of these screenshots here, and I believe it's this one. Okay. So I'm going to say, can you please take this section and add trust images that match the card content and replace the SVGs that are here with images. And what this agent's actually going to go do, this is not a live page, which we could totally do a live page, but just an example, I've just been building this page offline. But what's going to happen now is this agent is going to go and review this HTML website page right here. And then it has access to, for example, Gemini's Nano Banana Pro. I think like V2, for example. And we're going to be able to spin up three images. It's going to show us these images here. It's going to walk us through and tell us what it's working on. And then it's going to take those images and upload it to this sample landing page that we're going to build out for Facebook ads. And really, this just highlights and shows the capability of our agents and what we can actually set up for you. So right now you see, let me find this section in the HTML and generate matching images. Now let me generate three images for the why choose cards. The cool thing about the agent, right, is ideally you have one agent per one company. And so that way it becomes the master of that business as well as that industry, which is really, really cool. So each one of your VMs that we spin up could be working on a particular company depending on how we structure it. Again, we actually help you set all this integrations and setup so that way you don't have to deal with the frustration of what that looks like. All right, so that's working in the background, and it's capable of being able to create entire content processes. So a lot of you probably, again, are business owners or agencies that may be interested in a tool like this. And a lot of the time that you spent is probably creating content, correct? So what we're able to actually create, for example, is how much money do you spend per year on creating content for your website? Whether that's creating new service pages, creating new location pages, creating new blog pages, we actually can fulfill and automate that entire process. We have, for example, a 7 to 20 point step process that creates content from the beginning of the pipeline to the published ending of the pipeline. So, for example, our tools and our systems, based off of whatever you say in here. So, if you were like, hey, I want to go find 10 of the uh, blog post ideas within a certain niche or a national strategy, like how to remove tree sap from a car, right? Things like that. What are the top dolphin movies in the US, right? These things get you clicks because they're high search volume at national scale. And so what our system can do is do the Google Analytics review, do the Google Search Console review, find where you're getting clicks, where you're getting momentum to build topical authority. Then we actually can push that data to, for example, like Ahrefs or SEMrush to do in-depth keyword analysis, competitor reviews, things like that, right? And then what we can do is we identify the top keywords to actually build new content out, all automatically, by the way. And once we identify that, we actually build a content brief around that. So what type of heading should be used, what type of LSI keywords, what type of paragraphs, how many images, things like that, right? And then we actually give that to a writer who has a very strict SOP process, which, by the way, is a AI writer that we can build in your workflow system. So now that writer actually builds quality articles, okay? So these quality articles will look like this, for example. Go here to here, we go blog. So one of the recent blogs that our agent has done are these two for this customer. We rebuilt this entire archive page right here. And so this was built with our Milo right here, our agent. As you can tell while I've been speaking, he spun up 3 new images to match that card to put on the actual page that we were referencing. So right now, need to wrap the text content of each Y card and inner dev. So again, it streams the text and tells you what it's doing. But look at this article that it produced. Here's the imaging, which matches the brand. You got interlinkings right here going to our money page. Amazing H1. Look at this. This is just great information just from a heading. It's properly formatted. Again, this is actually an H1. You have your key takeaways at the top, which is very important for AI overviews and search. This is how you get mentioned in those, for example, or feature snippets. And again, just a very beautifully broken down article. Right here, for example, 5 common causes behind your blocked tubes. I mean, that's just genius. And again, with writing content, this AI is smart. It's trained on our actual SOPs. Literally, the way I've written content and developed the SEO space with our company manually for the last 7 to 10 years, we basically are able to fully automate that. So, our agents can come into your business and do very similar things. And again, 5 common causes is actually crazy because when you're writing content, you don't want to say even numbers. So like 6 common causes. It doesn't do the same as 5 common causes or 7 common causes. So right here on the left in Telegram, our agent Milo here is now adding mobile responsiveness for this. And look, it's done. So again, while I was recording this video, our agent was in the background working on our company's website, for example. This is for a client we're running Facebook ads to the Wesley Chapel location. So I'm building out a location page for them that is built with Milo. And let's see what we got. So hopefully I can, there we go. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. Uh, Perfectly on brand. This actually looks like it's all in the same type of clinic. And it really, the images match the card's intent. That's really, really kind of key. So that's why, for example, she's showing some uh, some information here about what the product is, how much it is, right? Kind of like a tier breakdown. And then right here, independently, locally owned. So just building that actual feel of real stuff, right? Like real presentation. A lot of people that will come to this may not assume that it's actually fully built with AI from top to bottom. So literally, our Milo agent built this entire thing from top to bottom. I gave him some information, some criteria. As you can tell here, he's actually built and has access to the back end of this actual .com website. And so because of that, he has tons of context of obviously who this brand is, what they are, who they represent. For each brand, we actually build a Trello board for them. Okay. So if you look right here, this customer, we actually built, again, using AI, we built an actual on-brand content style guides that our writers have to follow. And this goes to even the landing pages, right? And so this goes into anything, service pages, location pages, Facebook ad copy, anything. So right here on the left, you'll see that it says done. The why choose section now has real clinic images instead of SVG icons. Crazy powerful, right? And I can continue this up. I can start working on this review section here next. I can tell it, hey, this looks very generic, very, uh, there's not a lot of detail into here. And actually what I can do, let me show you, I'll showcase this a little bit more. So I think there should be a ear to hear Wesley Chapel, okay? And what I could do is I think I can get this, let's see here, yeah. I should be able to get this review, so check this out. Amazing. So Milo, can you please update the reviews section on that landing page? Please review screenshot. So I'm going to attach a screenshot, and I'm also going to attach a link. There we go. See here. So I need to go to share, and then here. Here is the link to their Google business page for this location. Please go review the actual reviews they have. There's like 25 of them. And you can paste the link, right? And watch this. Ideally, what's going to happen next is our agent, again, because of proper integrations are tied in that we actually help you set up inside your virtual machine, which is part of the service per month with us. This agent is smart and competent enough to actually come over here, and he's going to actually review all these reviews right here. So ideally, when we go and update this right here that we're asking him to, it's actually going to plug in real reviews from actual real consumers that this company is actually helping. Could take a few minutes though, so that's really the only thing here. Let me show you another way that the agent has actually done work and done things. So we have East Coast Painting here. Our agent Milo actually built this completely for us. Obviously, we fed it information and we helped guide it. But this customer here for this brand new website that's about 3 months old already has about 23 new pages that Milo has fully built. As you can see, there's 9 categories right here on the home page that we display very, very prominently, their services revolve around interior painting. So a lot of these are related to that. Color consultation, bathroom painting, accent wall painting, ceiling painting, you get the idea. Um, Over here, you got like this section here, our recent work, all these images, AI generated. As we know, it's hard for customers to give us a lot of the actual media out there that they're, when they're actually doing the work and things like that. Then we got like this section. So what our agent actually did, what you can tell is with these SVGs, we actually made it on brand to match the color branding. So these are all actual custom SVGs to match the actual intent of each one of these highlights. Then we have like the 5-step process, which was easy for us to actually do because we actually, again, spoke to the customer, and every single meeting we do, for example, is recorded with our agents. So our agents has full context of exactly what our new customers want done and how they want to word things and things like that. So with that context, we're able to build the actual 5-step process that an average customer should expect from our customer. So they know exactly what they're getting. These reviews here, same thing. These were actually pulled right from the actual review source from their Google business profile. This is just a customer that basically had an old, outdated website and it wasn't ranking. So they hired us. We put Milo in. We rebuilt their entire website. We actually gave them a brand new .com. It was a whole process, let me tell you. But as you can tell, it's well worth it. So we have our maps in here, which help our local SEO. We have our FAQs, which are also very beneficial. These forms fully work, by the way. Nice, beautiful footer. These forms, when you submit, are fully tracked through a lead dashboard. So we know every single thing about a prospect. As soon as you submit, it's attributed to Google Analytics, Google Search Console, the ad that translated into that, or did it come from ChatGPT? We actually can track all that pretty accurately. So over here on the side here, if you notice the agent for some reason was having issues trying to actually find the real reviews, it's not a big deal. What you could do is you could just take it like this. There's a limit, for example, of like how much text can be in the Telegram. So once he's done running or doing what he's doing, I'll just throw him some more context back, but we'll just see what he cooks up in the meantime. But going back over here real quick, it built all these service pages. So there's like 13 service pages, if I remember correctly. I'll just show the interior one briefly. And again, if you're a business owner or you're in the agency space, you understand that kind of how this works is you build a landing page, your home page, then you have your services pages, which are SEO optimized around a particular location and service you're trying to provide. And a lot of them are kind of just pretty basic like this. I mean, this is really good. AI built this, for example, and it actually ranks. It's already on like page 2, for example, 3 months in. But I think it's a very, very good, high quality landing page for sure. And so the agent's able to scale that through all these different services pages. So like bedroom, for example. And what makes it really unique is each one actually kind of has local nuances already built in because our AI is literally that smart and what we've actually built. And so again, this is all beautifully laid out. You got interlinkings, you got the call to action form on the side, which breaks up the copy even on mobile. You have the images on every single page, which also matches each one of these cards. So in theory, not every single page, right, has all the same images that don't make sense. And then, you have our bedroom process, you have some of our reviews. I mean, just really crazy powerful. And then there's the blogs. So here's 3 blogs that our agent recently done. Again, this is what we can set up in your business. You already pay tons of money per month to do this. It takes so much time. Basically, we could do a blog post in probably 30 minutes or an hour that will actually get ranked on Google, probably number one, page one, featured snippets, AI overview, over and over and over at scale, right? And it's just something that you probably can't even do right now. Anyways, so here's 3 blog articles we basically built in one day using Agent Milo. And again, he's trained on the proper SOPs of what this actually should look like. And here's a nicely beautiful laid out article that's going to rank for the customer. And this just overall helps take a national strategy of ranking articles that get, each one of these articles should get thousands of views a month. These are pretty generic, top of the line, topical keywords like how long does paint take to dry? It probably gets asked at least 20,000 times a month. So if we can capture a little bit of that traffic, push it to our business, that's so much more than the competitors can do. And it's just a great strategy to do. It's SEO 101, for example. Looking at the agent over here on the left-hand side, we see that the review section has now 3 testimonials. And I'm going to tell it while we go review that. I'm going to say, hey, understood you weren't able to capture the GP reviews. I copied some of them here. And we'll see what he cooks out of that, right? It's just kind of like obviously doing a demo, want to make things kind of fast and speedy. So here's what it originally looked like before we asked for, so I need to hit refresh like this, and there we go. So not the cleanest. It's not really the point of this. The point of this is, as you can tell, the agents are smart enough and capable enough these days of actually doing website work and updates. If you really want to see another example of how strong and powerful this really is, if you go look at our website, for example, our actual homepage, this right here was fully built with Milo as well. So you have beautiful animations, you have this svg.mp4 animation here, which highlights basically what we're capable of delivering for customers. We have this section here fully built out with AI, again with imaging. This section here, these videos were actually fully made with AI. Obviously, we provided a context. We built proper projects around it so that way it has the proper context. We built one video around what is this, like a minute and a half. And then we basically were able to scale that to multiple videos with different color schemes for each one related to different businesses. So again, it makes our site look very, very professional. This has actually gotten us 5 new customers so far this year before we even approach March. Right now we're in May, so you can only imagine how much more busy we've been. But yeah, I mean, again, AI built this entire thing. So what we're selling is the ability for us to come in, set up agents in your business, and basically solve some of your workflow problems. Okay, targeted approach there. Solve one problem, maybe about once a week. It will take about 7 days for us to set up that optimization within your business and make sure everything works correctly. But basically, you'll be able to jump in right from Telegram, like right here on the side, and basically have your agents deploy actual production capabilities for your business or your brand. I think this is foundational to how the future is going to go and what every other business is going to want and need. They're going to need an agent strategy within their business. And that agent actually has to be competent and smart enough about the business and be able to deploy and execute. For example, yesterday alone, we worked on optimizing a Shopify website using our Milo system here. He's able to do all the optimizations from homepage, collections, product pages, carts. So yesterday we worked on finishing up a Shopify cart that's custom HTML built. And it has Ajax, it has Klaviyo tied into it, things like that. So on the cart page, it fully functions, it works. You can add, you can remove, you can increase quantities, you can proceed to checkout. There's also a call to actions on the site, Milo integrated with Klaviyo, and we set up like a welcome mail series. So on the Shopify site, at the bottom, there's like a 15% discount code, for example. And we set up the integrations. And now when you go to that site, you can type in your email, hit subscribe, you'll get the Klaviyo email welcomes process. And again, you can scale that. So that's just one Shopify store. Imagine what you can do if you had a fleet of Shopify stores, or if you are running and managing a Shopify store that has hundreds of pages. The one I was referencing is this one. So actually, our AI agent Milo built this Shopify store, by the way. I basically obviously hooked him in and gave him context on the business, what we were looking for, how we wanted to style it, worked with actually branding and putting it together. But yeah, so Milo built this whole thing. Here's what I was talking about, where you put like your emails, you hit sign up. This actually works. It goes into Klaviyo. And so you have like your products here. Again, Milo built this entire website. So these are the product pages. It works when you swap these around, proper price changing. There's also the collections page, also very nice menu drop down, I'd like to say. And yeah, this is just the capable ability of our agents within your business, saving you money and time. This website right here, the Shopify website, I built within 30 days by myself, an agent, Milo. This right here in the past would have taken about $15,000 to accomplish. All it took these days was our agent's time and expertise. And, you know, this also would have taken about 4 to 6 months actually to put together as well. The Shopify website had 108 products, okay? I mean, and so each one of these are optimized for SEO as well as custom description per one. So like this black cat, for example, if you read right here, it's all relevant to this black cat, for example. And it's actually SEO optimized. So there's not a lot of competitors in this yard sign space, which makes this even more valuable that we kind of do it correct the first time. And that's what we do. So let's see here. Oh, the reviews are updated over here. Let's see what we got. So I'm going to refresh here. Here we go. Here's some actual reviews from the actual Google My Business. Again, crazy powerful that you as a business owner, a entrepreneur, a agency can now utilize our agents to basically run your entire websites and your online marketing and your in-house analytics and research team. It's absolutely crazy. Let's see here. Can you give me the last week's performance for GA4, GSE for year 2 here? So yeah, hopefully you found some good value in this. I don't want to take up more of your time. I know it's valuable. And check us out. Book a meeting with us. Subscribe down below to one of the packages. Get this started. Once you subscribe, we'll walk you through what that looks like, how to get it integrated into your business. Obviously, we'll listen to some of your pain points, what you're trying to automate within your business. Again, one of the main things I automate with my agency is the ability to create service pages, location pages, and blog posts per month. So every single one of our customers, that's actually fully being automated right now through our actual SOP process. So it's very strict. And this allows us obviously to scale each one of our customers while actually focusing on driving our business, which is acquiring more customers, closing more contracts, building more websites, adding more AI automation and workflows. Because once you kind of have a workflow process set for this, depending on what type of business niche you're in, you're able to kind of just scale this to infinity and beyond. Yeah. So right here, you can see that it's pulling the GA4 and GSC data, and it's looking at data for SEO for the Ear to Hear Wesley Chapel location. I mean, that's crazy powerful, right? first of all, this site has multiple locations. It's not just Wesley Chapel, Florida that they're trying to service actually. And what our AI is trained on for this particular business is we're only getting paid to improve the Wesley Chapel location page. So naturally, it's just going to go look at the data for this location. Hopefully, it comes in pretty quick. This video is getting pretty long. Um, but yeah, so again, imagine in the past you would have to pay for a content developer, you would have had to pay for some type of media specialist, a web designer for this. For a lot of you guys, a lot of you guys aren't able to basically probably do all the hats in one. Milo allows you actually the capability of doing all that when it's actually set up correctly. Like, I taught my agent Milo here exactly how to make web pages, service pages, location pages, blog pages, because each one of those has a particular way they're supposed to be done. The Shopify site, for example. I mean, this looks like kind of your traditional Shopify site when you go to it, but it's actually super duper clean. And again, Milo is able to actually do this on production, which is really, really good. One of the keynotes I would say is you always want to back things up, which is kind of what we do. So every time we kind of start working on these, especially when we start making some progress, we always back up local projects. And then we also have your own private GitHub. So all these pages, all this content that gets updated is pushed to your private GitHub. So there's always a reference in case a new update goes out that just breaks your website or whatever. So we're quite fluent in what that looks like. All right, let's see what we got here. Waiting on this. So with this platform that we're selling, you're going to have unlimited usage with your agent. So don't worry about anything once you sign up, and we help automate some of your most difficult problems. It can run 24/7 for you. It can run all day, all night. I actually do a lot of like 12, 15-hour days, really. And I just communicate with my Milo agent right here most of the time. And this is really cool because it's through Telegram. So you could actually go do some things. You can go on a walk, go find the ice cream man, go take your kids outside, like whatever. And you can actually communicate right here with your agent. And again, it's getting stuff done on production. That's invaluable. That's on a whole nother level these days. All right. So here we are. At 3-bit conversion rate, 1,500 customers. It's funny, it's saying that the GA4 is missing, the GSC is missing. So sometimes it just gets a little confused. And you just kind of you'll just steer them in the right direction. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's still coming through this information here. Milo. We actually have OAuth and integrations set for this client. We have, all right. Well, anyways, so hopefully you found some value in this. And again, my name is Joshua. I'm the CEO. So I'm building a lot of these agent workflows within customers' businesses these days. And I would love to obviously work with you, listen to what your concerns are, your problems, how we can actually solve that, and start working on deploying agents within your business so that way you can save tons of money for things that are just eating your business budget, right? No sense to do that. So thank you for your time, and bye-bye.